Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 2, Aberdeen 2 away at Tawdry. In a bizarre game, a lot of talking points. John myself, Oxford, back in the show as a one and only all bear. The good, or the ugly, the bad, and the good all bearer.
That didn't work out to plan, did it? It was a very game, didn't it? You're just sitting there looking at shite you read at times going,
listen, the first half, we were poor, mate, all of the pitch, mate. We couldn't pass the ball, we couldn't control it, we're chasing shadows, the only one that had any wee. It was a wee boy Curtis for his endeavour, playing in a strange position for him. And then young McCausland, who, by the way, look, we'll talk about the red card, was having a stinker up until then, mate, yeah?
He wasn't even a good game. He was all right a couple of times as we went forward, but in general, he wasn't at the races, man.
He was poor. Young Barron, it shows he's just not a great passer. One guy that winds me up, I just don't see the point in robbing proper. He can't run, he can't heed it. Yeah, he's not the best defenders, not the best reader of the game. Liam Kelly, as the game grew on, took crosses for us. But I don't think Jack Butland's taking, mate.
I don't know. Butland's not taking any of them. Not one of them as he came out today. He might have come out and punched one or two, maybe. But he's no catching them. Definitely no catching them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I thought the first goal that Kelly, I thought he could have done better with that, maybe. He got his horn out right now.
What I'll say, in my opinion, mate, he was half a heel too far out. Because when the boy's coming with the right fit and he's the only one there, it's coming in that direction, mate. Unless he thinks he's going to put it in amongst the players there on forward and he's going for the back post. But I thought he was half a heel. Yeah, too far out, which would have made the save easier for him. So they get the goal, mate. I mean, they'd one or two chances. One where the boy turned when they get the break of the ball. We've not done a lot in the first half. We broke away and at times the ball was bouncing off us. We didn't look as if we'd played before, and that's Berjami, Cortes, Danilo, and I'll throw McCausland in there. Igamand, wee touches, didn't do a lot, but they four were atrocious. Barron's running about, mate. Can he pass the ball? It's a worry for him going forward, mate, how he gets into that Rangers team. The defence...
He's not a midfield general. I'll put it that way. He's definitely not a midfield general. So, anyway. But see, the four you mentioned there, to be fair to them, we need to be fair to them. None of them four have kicked a ball for months. And months.
I get that, mate. And I understand that, the match fitness and all the other stuff, and people talk about it and all that. But, Albert, when somebody passes you a ball as a professional, you should still be able to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the basics.
So we
loses the goal. McCausland's been booked. Strange booking when you seen it back, mate. The boy really ran into him. Yeah, but he got booked. Then he's got to think carefully. So he gives the ball away, comes in and clips the boy. Not a nasty or a bad tackle, a foul. Second yellow, up for debate, but he gets it and he's off the park. He had to think and be smarter. So then we're down to 10 men, and just before half time, Curtis gets caught out, the boy gets run him, cuts it back. I see Proper try to blame in Salah. He left, the boy who scored the goal, Proper for me. The boy puts it back the way Kelly's coming for. It's hard to get back 2-0 down. You're actually fearing the worst. Well, we makes a couple of changes at half time. Berjami, who came on to a decent game for a spell in the second half. The ball goes up the park to Igamand. Igamand does what he does. Bang, goal. And you're thinking, we're back in this. The game sort of petered out. Then there's a talking point with a handball. I've got to be honest, I know technically bar and it hits his on, and it's people are looking for it for the same reason. Traditionally in football, that would have been a goal, the same as the one on Thursday night, wouldn't have been a penalty, mate. But with VAR, it's chopped off, and then there's a big moment in the game. They goes through, Dessus goes through, hits a wonderful strike, cannon off the post. You're thinking, oh, that last kick of the ball with a chance of an equaliser, yeah. And it comes to Hadji, and I'll let you describe it all there.
Well, let's be honest, Dessers, that wasn't a shot, mate. That was a wall pass to Hadji. He wasn't trying to score.
Deliberate? Was it deliberate?
It was deliberate, mate. A wall pass to Hadji.
I never thought
Hadji
of
steps. Hadji collects the ball, steps inside his marker, and curls a beauty, an absolute beauty, right into the top corner of the far post, man. An absolute brilliant goal. There was real two bits of class in the whole game, mate. That goal and Iggerman's goal, you could say the Aberdeen players' free kick probably, but I thought as we've spoken about that, but they two bits there were that was the whole class of the whole game, mate. There was nothing else in that game that you could sit and say, well, this is good. It was a dreadful game of football.
By the way, if we're looking at players, we can't have players who are big, yeah, no physical, and can't run. You've got to at least have two of the three ingredients, mate. We've got players, young McCausland, who's no physical and he's no quick, mate. You've seen that in the first. What?
We never won a 50-50 ball a day, mate.
No.
Never won a 50-50 ball.
No, because you need a bomb in your team.
You need more than one. You need them all especially I don't think Mike will win many 60-40 balls, mate, in our favour. We're getting bullied too easy getting bullied all over the park. It's not good enough, mate. It's just not good enough. But again, as I say, you put the team together. The tactics were nonsense in the first half, mate. That just did not work. That did not work in the slightest. They just overran us, completely overran us. Outfought us, outran us. And they're getting up there one
thing. Did you see the shape in the first half, Albert? What did you see it as?
I seen it as I said. It was going to be the three at the back and the five in midfield with Curtis in one wing, and what do you call them, Cortez in the other. But by the way, I'm getting my man of the match was Cortez. No Cortez, fucking. Oh, sorry, mate. What do you call him? Curtis. The boy fought his corner, mate. He all right. The guy blasted by him for the second goal, but he fought his corner. He did fight his corner, and he got an assist for the
As an 18-year-old playing out of position, mate, yeah.
Oh, I think he done well. I think he done really well.
I didn't see it as that, mate. I thought we set up as a 3-4-3, mate, with the two boys to be wide, and because Danilo, Iggerman, and Cortez were up the park all the time, mate. Yeah, I don't think any of them were influencing the midfield. Look, it didn't work. And fair play to them, they changed it when they sent it off at half time. And they actually won the game, the second half, 2-0, like with 10 men, mate. Bizarre.
I know. It's bizarre, isn't it? You can't make it up. But there you go. It is what it is, mate. It's but let's touch on Barami. I mean, that first half display was borderline criminal, mate. Criminal. And you're saying, where are you? You're not even in the game. I don't even know how to touch the ball. Can't even remember him doing anything in that first half.
Shimmy's ball took half him. Yeah. He was the worst, mate, in possession. And I don't want to ever go him because I want him to do well. But young McCausland shouldn't be anywhere near our first team squad, mate. He's just no good enough. We've given him a chance. He's been part of the squad for 2 years, mate. He's no kicked on. He's no pace. Yeah. He's not got any physicality. He's never going to be a number 10. And we've just got to move on. And for the boys' career, we've got to move him on, mate. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because he was sent off. I'm talking about his performance up to the sending off. Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody.
The sending off is stupidity. I mean, Shinny's over his side of the park, and as soon as he starts throwing his sail about and complaining to referees, I thought to myself, you're going to be in trouble, son, if you don't screw the head. You need to screw the head here. And what happened? He fouled him. He grit his face to the referee, and I was like, next tackle, you're booked. Bang. Next tackle, he's booked. And then they did that second tackle. The second tackle was just stupidity, mate. Complete and utter stupidity. You're saying, there's the coach. And again, if you've learnt nothing, absolutely nothing, don't fly in. You can't get near him. What he did today as well, seeing somebody broke away from him, especially for the halfway line, you can't catch anybody. He's like Holt, when Holt used to be there. He's always running behind players. He never catches up with them to get a tackle in. He's always running behind, and it's not good enough, mate. It's simply not good enough. He'll ruin the day, mate.
He wasn't alone.
No,
in the
he
second
wasn't
half, Jamie came into the game for about a 15-minute spell. And
that is his position.
The goal, they get nervous. And obviously, we tired with 10 men. Yeah, some of the guys hadn't played a lot of football. We didn't keep the ball. Well, the moment when they got the equaliser, they weren't exactly peppering the goal, you know. They had a couple of half chances. They got the break of the ball, but there wasn't a great game. And then bang, the end, bang, mental.
Oh, it's football, isn't it? It's what every foot was like. We've been on the end it, but that's why we're dominating games. We can't score, and a team that you're dominating goes up to the end of the end and scores. No, I mean, we've had it both ways, mate. But it was poor, mate. It was poor all in. But as I say, Cortez, Danilo, and Berjami a lesser degree because he has had some minutes. But the left is his position, mate. And let's no mince about any more with this. He's no a 10. He's no a central midfielder. He's out there on the left, mate, wide left. That's what he does. Any good work he's done today comes from there.
Recruitment, mate, with people who's got physicality, pace, and can play, mate. Yeah.
Cost money, mate.
I know, but we're going to have to get people on the team that have got the basics, mate, pace and kind of with the pitch, mate. We've got people running away phase, mate, because we can't run. I mean, you seen it before Hadji get the goal when the boy nutmegged Tav out in the wing. He ran past Tav and Hadji. You know, I know the boy's quite quick, but he's with the ball. There was one in the first half where the guy's running away with McCausland who's chasing him. The guy's got the ball and he's getting away from McCausland, who's one of your forward players who you expect to be quicker. There's no legs in that team, no pace, and it's so at times it's so obvious, mate. Yeah, and then we can't pass the ball in the midfield, mate. The decision making, the choices, it's poor fair at times, and then we show quality. Agaman's goal, Desser's shot, and also the Hadji finish, and then we had the goal chopped off. I think rightly so. I could have put a case for the ball still being in, mate. It was to me when I seen it being replayed back. Yeah. Don't know what you thought. No, it wasn't a perfect view, but it still looked far enough out to know that the ball was there.
Nah, it did look over, but again, you can't see above it or right on the line because
Scotland, the right facilities, mate. Yeah.
Aye, it's the cheap version we've got, mate. It's the bargain basement we've got.
All right, mate. We better get the phone lines opened, eh?
Aye, go for it, mate.
All right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I think that's the last 6 games. Hearts, Dundee United, Kilmarnock, Celtic, Dundee, and Aberdeen, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All points will be dropped at the start of the season, and we've took out the 18, we've took 16, mate. It's mental, isn't it? It's mental.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense, mate. It just doesn't make any sense. It's bonkers. It is bonkers. We'll go back to what we keep talking about this season, and the start of the season, at the close season. It's difficult to build a team. You need to know what you're doing. You really do know. You need to know what you're doing. As this squad's proven, there's weaknesses all over the squad. You go to the spine right. You've got to get it. Go. I mean, you know where to start. Everybody knows where to start. You start with the goalkeeper and you work your way out. You get all that right, and then you can start building a team. We seem to abandon that at the moment, and then we'll put our eggs all in one basket and relying on certain individuals, especially in defence, that they've got. Well, we don't need to bother that. We've got them. And it's turned out, no, we've not got them. At the end of the day, mate, all these goals need to get stopped. We need to stop all these goals. We're leaking all over the place. Every game now, every single game. I mean, nothing each game with Bilbao there. It took everybody and all the subs to stop them scoring. I mean, and he did say it's going to get ugly. He wasn't kidding on that. That game on Thursday and that game today, that was ugly. All right, he's doing to 10 men in both games, but it's not pretty to watch. It isn't pretty to watch, but hey ho, it's needs dictate, doesn't it? You've not got a choice in this matter. But he's got a squad there and he's got players he's not playing, and now you call them out the day to play and you go, they're not ready to play. I know. You've had plenty of time to give them minutes and bring them up to speed, but they don't do it. I don't get it. I just don't get what's going on. Anyway, that is what it is, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. And the players that come in weren't they great? Weren't they great?
No.
Cortez, McCausland, Danilo. Like a man, he'll get pass marks before his goal, but I didn't think he was great. And obviously after the sending off, you do get isolated, so no too much criticism of him. If we talk about the game, 11 against 11, they were all poor, mate. Yeah.
Aye. Well, you got to admit, I just like putting their gas in a wee peep when that goal for Hadji. I must admit, I just really enjoyed that. I was jumping up about as if they're a great team. Again, these are crap, man. I mean, that's 10 men, and a lot of them are boys, and a lot of them have not even played much this season, and you're struggling to beat it. You're struggling to beat that Rangers team. You're crap. If we had a decent team, and I don't mean that if everybody was fit, I mean a decent Korea team, you would like the flair with them, mate. They're nothing special. Come on, absolutely nothing special. But we keep struggling. And I like Diamandi when he started the Rami in the middle of the park. I'm saying at least he's shown something. He's not showing much football. He's starting a Rami. Let's get into this. He winds them up. They hate him. And I'm beginning to realise the whole of Scotland hate that boy. Because he doesn't take any lip for any of them. He just gets in. So that was a wee bit of a positive. Not much positives, but that was one.
Yes. Listen, Diamandi done okay without being outstanding.
Aye.
He done okay in the circumstances. We just need more physicality in there. We need players that can move, and that's the other thing against Young Connor. He works hard, but people can get away with him because he's not the quickest. And then obviously you combine that with he's definitely not the biggest Stolberg, yeah.
No, what he needs to do is start using his brain. He's not using his brain, mate. He's running up. He misses too many challenges as well, but just getting there too late. And you're saying, look, you need to read that better, son. You know you're not going to get there. You know you're quick enough to get there. So you need to work it out for yourself, saying, right, okay, this is all about angles now and space. It's not about me getting to him. I need to look to if I'm going to go and get him. But what I'm actually going to do is read what he's doing and then go that way and shorten the distance so you can reach wherever the ball is. But he never seems to. That's experience, isn't it? That's what doing experience. So he needs to start learning. And if he doesn't learn, he's like McCausland, he'll not be there for long. It's as simple as that.
You've also got to make sure you're not chasing the ball like a dog.
Yep, that's that. It's exactly it, mate. Chasing that about like a demented dog, like a rabid dog. You're saying, settle down. I've seen Ferguson saying to them, calm down. What are you saying? It's all panic. Oh, we need to get what they've scored. We need to score. Just calm down a minute. Don't get the ball, settle it down. But we never had control of the game at any point, mate. I think it was a 90 minutes back to the wall job.
No. The second half was pretty much a non-event. The game was petering out, if we're honest, mate. We got the goal and then we had them worried for about 10 minutes. Then they didn't know to stick or twist. And it was sort of looked as if the game was just going to peter out, if I'm honest, Albert. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought they were just going to 2-1 winners, and that'll be it. End of the story. It looked that way. And then when Diswit's goal get disallowed, which it should have been, it's you're like, you never know. You just never know. And that's the way it turned out, mate. A wee bit of magic for wall pass for Dessers, and then a bit of magic for Hadji. I've seen a wee bit of his interview saying he loves the club. He absolutely loves the club. Doesn't want to leave. He'd prefer to stay. I'd prefer him to stay as well, but I prefer him to have maybe a yard and a half of pace. But there you go. It's not going to happen, is it? Near it. It's going to happen.
You saw what Yanis Hadji today. We all know he's got technique and he can do things like that. Yeah, but the rest of the time on the park, you offer nothing. But if you do that regular, you don't have to.
Come on a Thursday night. Yeah. Go on a Thursday night and do that. And score the winning goal.
I thought he did a decent game on Thursday night. Yeah,
he did, mate. He did. No, he never created much, but he did work hard. But if he comes on next Thursday and scores that as a winning goal, that'll do for me, mate. That will do for me.
Aye. And listen, we know again that's his problems as well because he's got the physicality. He's about 6 foot, Hadji, and he's got 2 feet, mate, and he's got that what you saw today. But he's absolutely no pace, mate. Yeah.
He's none at all. None. You're right, mate. No pace. And we'll get too many players. You might be able to carry 1 or 2, but you can't carry the amount you're carrying with no pace, mate. It's just
and
not.
That's what the boy Cutler showed you. He's 18. All right. He looks about 12. Yeah. When I looked at him, I thought of yourself, Albert. He's that fresh face. No.
Aye.
And then I thought, at least he's got a bit of pace. You can see that he's got a bit of physicality, and he's only 18. Yeah. He can get a bit quicker, and he can get, so.
But stronger.
Aye. So there's potential there, and I don't think we're playing him in his right position, yeah?
Well, he set up the goal to get disallowed. I mean, he blasted by that guy. The guy was fouling him all the way as well. But he got by him, go to the byline and whipped it across. All right. So what? He still got it across. Good hit away the Neil, and then the wee man does what the wee man does, puts it away. So I thought he fought his corner really well, mate. I really did. I thought I was quite impressed with him, and then he get that assist as well. He wasn't taking any prisoners. He cleared a few in that line. He cut a few out. The guy eventually blasted by them.
Aye, once. People can get away for you once,
Oh, aye.
Even if you're having a good game. By the way, he also won a few heaters on the box, mate.
Aye. Oh, that's not even reminded me that they see the 2 heaters that Jeff did on the defensive. They were wonderful, mate. I'm saying myself, there's some clearances, 2 of them, especially the one that you get. I took a sore one. Absolutely wonderful, and I'm going, oh, that's more like a defender. That's actually proper defending and not being robbing proper. But superb. But again, Mama, who's your man of the match? Mine's Scottish.
I wouldn't argue with that, mate. But I think the guy that'll steal the headlines will be Hadji.
Hadji, aye, probably, aye.
But also, maybe fault for the first goal. But I also thought with Kelly coming and taking the crosses, mate. Yeah.
Well, apart from that first goal, he never done anything wrong. Kelly, he had a reasonably good game. I know a lot of people will be going, there you are, you're shooting the ball about Butland there. Because Kelly makes a mistake, if you're calling it a mistake, doesn't he make Butland a good goalkeeper, mate? It's just a mistake that he's made. I don't think it was a mistake. I just think, as you said, he's maybe half a heel too far to his left, a wee bit to his right, and he's saving it. He got his horn at it. He getting his it wasn't he glanced at it. He got his full horn at it. He just couldn't keep it out. But one thing about him, he looks totally in that goal, doesn't he?
Aye, he's no, he doesn't. I think he's about 6'1", 6'2". Yeah.
Is he as big as that?
I think he's about 6'1". Aye.
Doesn't look at him.
But obviously he's no. Butland's about 6'5" and broad. But what's the point, mate? If you don't come out, I mean, that's how Jack started. He was coming out and getting all the balls, taking the pressure off defence, turning defence into attack. Yeah.
They ones in the second half. They were brilliant, weren't they?
Aye, and
the catch them.
Better. His kicking's better as well.
Yep, definitely. He's got things definitely that Butland's no got, and Butland's got things that he's no got. But I think the things that Kelly's got are a lot better than with the stuff Butland's got. Because I'm not going to know about Butland. I'm done with him. He should never play for Rangers again, as far as I'm concerned. And is Kelly the answer? Well, probably no. But at the moment he is. But going forward long term, probably not. I definitely think we need an upgrade in goalkeeping, as we do in enough every position.
Aye. Listen, is Kelly a goalkeeper a priority? I don't know. My first signing would need to be a centre half, mate. Yeah.
He's my goalkeeper, mate.
Well,
must have a goalkeeper. I don't care if it's the first signing, but It's got to be one of the signings. Put it that way.
I get that. But my first signing would be a centre half because in Salah, potential. We'll see where it goes with that boy. Fernandes, we can't judge, and that's another thing I want to touch on. It looks as if it was a hammy, yeah, because it was about 5 minutes before you see him. He couldn't run, mate. What's happened in the warm up? What's happened in the training? What's happened in the fitness for him to get on the park? No play, no any excuse, and then he has that muscle problem, mate. What has gone wrong? I know hamstrings are bizarre things and they just happen, but geez, I think the boy's about 20. Yeah.
He's
There's
young.
only one thing you should be pulling at 20, right? And
it's pints.
Exactly, mate. Right, so
go for it.
So there's a muscle injury. It's just something's not right, mate.
Well, you look at him, right, and you look at Danilo, and you look at Cortez. Just 3 examples, and you go, they 3 look fit, real fit. Why is that? I mean, I've watched other teams bringing people back for long term, especially during the Premiership. Well, he's been out for 6 months, and you watch the boy and he comes on, and there's none of this. Well, he doesn't look fit, does he? He just plays and he just looks up to speed. Yeah, we bring players on, you're going, he's going to need an arm month playing to get anywhere near his fitness. There's something definitely, we're doing something right. We've got to be.
Anyway, we'll be joined with our good friend Denver. Good morning, Denver.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Yeah,
good,
all right, I suppose. Bizarrely. You?
I was quite some. I was just the weirdest game. I was just nuts. I'd like to have seen that game. You're talking about Fernandes there. I'd like to have seen that game finishing with 11 aside. I thought we were doing all right until that big foul and a half.
Maybe. I mean, the game had it went about 10 minutes all there.
Well, is it 10, 14 minutes, something like that?
Just a bit above that,
It was obvious. It was obvious right enough when you could see that the players hadn't played together. No, I mean you could see it. In that first 10 minutes, that it was a brand new team out there.
Rusty, mate, real rusty.
Oh, aye, all there. It was rusty.
I'm going to disagree with the 2 years there. I'm going to disagree with the 2 years, right? And I'll tell you why. I'll give you my argument. If you've got somebody standing 10 yards in front of you and you've played with them 1,000 times or you've played with them once, it still doesn't mean that you can't pass the ball 10 yards.
It wasn't just
about that. That's been going on. How long has that been going on with the Rangers? You can't. We put ourselves in all kinds of problems because we can't pass a simple ball. How many years?
Running and people making runs and where people go, you build up relationships on the park. You know that somebody, if you're passing it to your mate, you pass it to his right foot. Yeah, because that's the way he is, or you pass it to certain players in front of him. But they must have passed the ball to each other a million times in training. Yeah. And I get it, you're maybe no match fit, and I accept Albert's point that when you come on and you're on the pitch, you should be match fit. You should be ready. But, however, I don't get that. If somebody's no played with somebody and they stop making excuses for them. When Barron's passing the ball to Cortez, it doesn't come off because he's no played with Cortez. It didn't come off because it was a bad pass.
Aye, that's different. But you're looking at the 3 up front. Danilo, not so much Barjami. He's had games. You definitely Danilo and Cortez. I'm not making excuses for them. They've had game. But you can see they're no fit. Honest to God, you can see if you can't see they're no fit. I don't
disagree with that, mate.
Aye, but see the passing bit, that's all comes into it. If you're trying to pass when you're no fit, sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't come off. But it looks as if everything's a struggle for you. Even the simplest pass looks awkward for you. Yet when you're fully fit, ready to go, and everything's flowing, and your timing's there and everything, you look a completely different player.
So
and to me, I'm cutting them a bit. He's cutting me one. I'm cutting them a bit. It's like saying a bit rusty. That's all. But I'm not saying they had a good game. They didn't.
Wow, he's very charitable today. On you come, Denver.
As I say, I'd like to have seen it. I'd like to have seen it if Fernandes had stayed on, and I totally agree with you, Ox, about not being warmed up and all that, and getting off after 10 minutes. That's just totally out of order. But he's no help. The boys are no help with Proper. I mean, he's just like Mince times 10. Unbelievable, man. He's just awful, an awful centre half. Oh, God.
When you're seeing him having a go in Salah for the first goal, I'm thinking, well, the boy peeled that for you, Proper. Yeah, no, Proper might have been telling me to come.
Aye, exactly.
And he gets out, but he's got to stick with his man and make sure. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that.
Aye.
Denver.
Aye. That big Salah, there's something about that boy that there's quality there with that boy. And he needs, if he gets the right players round about him, he'll flourish at Rangers. But with Robin Proper next to him, he's never going to be anything, big man.
I'm going to learn much out of Atham.
I think Robin's surname's wrong. It should be something else. But listen, I personally would rather I'd rather if we could shake hands, get him back and get him off the wage bill, and maybe have to take a haircut and the transfer fee and put that towards bringing other people in, because for me, I know Albert's goal at some point possibly, but Balogun's coming to the end of the road. We don't know what's going to happen with John Suter. We've got Salah, who's young. Fernandez, I don't think we'll see next season. And then all of a sudden, I think our first two signings might have to be centre halves, Denver.
Aye, and keepers as well. But I'm telling you, I was screaming at the telly here. I came out with this one, Russell Martin with clogs on. That's Robin Proper. God. His
name is right.
I think he's very, very, very disrespectful with clogs, mate.
His name's right, by the way. There's Robin. He's Robin a wage.
Right.
But
I was up at 4:30 in the morning watching that.
Denver, see the thing in that first half, it wasn't the worst. It was young Ross, mate. And that was apart from the sending off.
Oh, God.
But Jamie was anonymous. McCausland in the football was just dreadful.
The only thing you can say in Barjami's favour, he was playing out of position because he played much better in the second half, But young Ross, he looked as if he'd never seen a football in his life, man. He was awful. I don't know what we're going to do with that boy at all. He's another one that might just need to move on.
I think it's time for everybody to shake hands, mate, and whether you can. I mean, I think we gave him a 4-year deal, and he's still got 2 years to go, mate, and he'll be on decent money for the level he plays at. So whether he's going to get that money, mate, the best you might be able to do is get him out on loan and get some of the wages off his salary. But if somebody wants him, and I'm not just talking about the day, I'm not just talking about the day. I just think for him, because listen, what I will say is I think he cares, and he's a smashing young man. But for his football career, I think it might be better if he moves on. Albert?
He's had plenty of opportunities, mate. I like the boy. I did like it, but I still like the boy in a certain way. But he's no proving anything. He's no progressing. He's no showing people what he's got. The day was still showing inexperience, especially with the second tackle. But he's no reading the situation. He's a couple of times, as I say, he went forward, he beat his man, and then he tried to beat him, and then he gets caught. But he's getting caught in the wrong, not so much the wrong places. He's not got the recovery speed to get back in and get the tackle and get the ball back. So he's weak. But the boy can't say he's not had the chances. Okay, he's not been in the first team a lot this season, but he's had plenty of chances leading up to this particular moment in time. He should be.
Yeah, I thought you might ask that, Albert. I thought you might ask that. Yeah.
What I might ask? I never asked anything.
No, I thought you might ask how many chances young McCausland's had. Right.
Go for it.
He made his debut a way back, mate, against Hearts that day, and just before Seville 3 years ago. Yeah, that's when he made his debut. So that and the next season, he didn't play a lot of parts, and then he came into the first team last season. League games, 15 starts last season, 14 as a substitute. In total, 18 and 21 as a sub. So involved in 39 games last year. This year, 3 league starts, 9 as sub. Total 6 starts, 18 as a sub. So he's been involved in 65 Rangers games, mate. 24 starts and 41 as a sub, mate. And I don't even think at this moment in time he should be in the first team squad. Yeah, no offence to the boy. I want him to do well, but it's just not working. All better in Denver.
Well, the end of the games, he's never been the man of the match, has he? You can't even remember a game, at least
He's
one
had
game
moments.
that stick. Oh, he's had moments. There's no doubt about that. But he's never been a man of the match, and he's no put a game in your memory to go, oh, do you remember that game? It was outstanding, and that. He's not that type of player. But the point I was making anyway, he's had his chances, so you can't complain now and say, oh, I never really I got a start. The thing that really annoys me about these boys, right, there's one thing not getting starts, there's one thing being immature, but their physique's no changing, and that's 2 years now, and his physique's no changed much. You're going, why is that? Is this the size he's going to be and he can't get any bigger? I'm talking about muscular. Is this what you're going to do? Because he never looked strong enough to me. He's always looked, especially when it's a 50-50 or a shooter. He always loses that battle. And that's just one fault. I suppose there's plenty of other faults in his game, but it's a shame. It's a shame because he comes out as a decent bloke. You know what I mean? He really does. You know what I mean?
Top young man. But listen, we're talking about his football here and how he's performing, mate. And I do think his confidence has gone a bit, so I think a change might do him good. Denver, and then we're going to hear from Barry Ferguson. So let's hear from Denver.
I think he always looks to me as a boy that looks overwhelmed. He looks as if he's won a prize to play for the Rangers. Always been a Rangers supporter all his life. And now he's in the team, he just looks overwhelmed. And I totally agree with Albert, the fact that he never bulks up, he never looks any bit bigger at all, you know. And you want the boy to play well and all that, but I just don't think he's got it, Ox.
All right, let's hear from the gaffer, Barry Ferguson. Oh, Barry will be with us in a second. I think we're all listening. I don't think we're critiquing because of the sending off. I thought the second booking was silly after a first unlucky booking. Yeah, he gave the referee a decision to make, Albert. Yeah, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to play. You've got to play the situation in the match. You've got to play with your head, not with your heart. Yeah,
definitely, mate. You've got to read it. You've got to read what's going on. Shunny's at the referee, and anybody with any brains goes, oh, he's at it again. Watch your feet in the low big ass. Don't get any silly, rash challenges. If you're going to get into a rash challenge, make sure you fall down and roll about holding something, because that seems to be the way you get away with these bookings now. But this is experience. This is the things you should know. But there's no excuse for the second one. That was just stupidity, mate. He's not going to catch a guy. He's not going to get a tackle, and he knows it before he goes to the ground and tries to put the tackle in. He knows he's not getting there. Bang, off you go, son. And it's McLean. You know how much he likes to send Rangers players off. So
after the first booking, he's gave the decision to make. Is it a bad challenge? No, it's no. Is it the worst challenge in that football match? No, it's no. But after you've been booked, Denver, you've got to play with the heater.
Aye, and one of the things with the boy as well is he never changes wings. He just sticks on the same side all the time. You know, he should maybe cross early on the other side of the field or something. You know, but he's just naive all the park there. You know, I just feel for the boy, but he's just not got it, Ox. That's it.
Aye. We'll see where it goes. And listen, it was a bizarre game because of the way it finished and the moments in it. And did the manager get it right with his selection? Do you think he was hoping not to bring some of the guys on? What was your thoughts on it, Denver then, Albert?
Aye, definitely, Oxide. When I saw the team, when I woke up and I saw the team, I thought, he's obviously not wanted. But I think if the boy Fernandez had stayed on, I was quite happy with the first 10 minutes, with how we were playing at the back. And I thought Fernandez and NCL were doing all right, But obviously it was forced into changes. But we're lightweight throughout the team. You can see it. We're just lightweight. Diamandi, I love the wee guy, but he's just not right for our league. He would thrive in a different league.
I think that there's no doubt that his best performances have came in Europe. Albert.
Aye, definitely, mate, definitely. It was the good thing about the day. I don't know if Denver agree, but it was good putting their gas in a wee peep, getting that equaliser, mate. That just cheered me up no way, and I loved that. And if it's damaged there, hopes of getting third place, all the better. That's what I took out the day. The rest of it was just. He didn't want to bring MD on, did he? He wanted to keep it the first team or the team he's got for Thursday. He wanted to keep them off the park as much as possible, probably for 90 minutes would be to go away with it, keep them away for the game. But it got to the stage where I think he started panicking and thinking to himself, well, if I don't do something, this could end up a tanking. This could end up 3-4-5-1. Nothing, because when they scored at that time. So I think that's where he went, no. I need to put a stop to this. I need to bring them on, whether I like it and whether I don't like it, which is shame. It's a shame, but it's proved a lot of things. It's proved that Barn is no a central midfield general. Barami only can play in one position, mate. One position. That's all he's got. Play him out on the left, and if you're not playing him out there, don't play him. That's just a fact. And you've got young McCausland in there. He's never a midfielder now either. You're sitting going, you're too weak, you're too slow. And you're definitely not strong enough. Which is too weak, I suppose. But so he's learned a few things.
Listen, if you get rapid pace, mate, and you're not strong enough, there's other things you can do. Yeah, you get there first. You go away from people. Yeah, they can't push you, mate, if they can't catch you. Yep.
But so he's learned a few things. But your question was it the right team? Well, circumstances dictated. It was the right team to start with. Was it the right tactics? Well, he played the tactics. I don't think it was the right tactics, but more importantly, I don't think the players to have any tactics other than the ones they had. And then you sit and say, did they want to bring these guys on? No. The answer to that is quite simply no, he didn't. He's just get forced into doing it.
All right, Denver then.
When you go back to McCausland, he's one of the experienced boys. When you look in Salah and Fernandez and all that, and Cortez. So McCausland's got more experience than all the boys. But you're right enough, Albert. Even that equaliser came in, I just thought about all the rattlers sitting in their slop houses all ready to celebrate winning the league, man. I was like, oh, get it right up,
It was nice, wasn't it? It was very enjoyable.
Oh, aye. That was the first thought that came into my head.
I know it's a sad thing, but we shouldn't be celebrating. But it was funny. It was funny, wasn't it?
Oh dear, used to a bad man. That thought never even crossed my mind.
Oh man.
Right, okay, right. We'll wrap this up. We'll get the last word from our good friend, the one and only Denver Bear.
Aye, a great couple of single point today, and it come back like that, and especially with doing 10 men. But how guys like how we've got a captain at Tav, and he doesn't get in the referee's face, and you look at Shinnie, and he's in the referee's face even after the game. Anyway, apart from that, good point for Audrey with doing 10 men. Thanks for everything you do, guys. All the best. Thanks.
Cheers, Denver.
Cheers, Paul. Cheers, Paul.
Albert.
As Denver said, good enough point, wasn't it? Especially the circumstances and the way it panned out. But I enjoyed that, mate, to put their gas in a wee peep. I'm not just talking about that scummy mob. I'm talking about that Aberdeen mob, the abusers of sheep, that mob. They were jumping up and down and going mental. Just bang, there, shut up, sit back down and behave yourselves. Yeah. It was good.
They were lucky there wasn't enough.
Lucky
there wasn't enough 30 seconds to go, baby. Might have gone to winner. That'd have been even better, man. But good to be with yourself. Nice to hear from Denver again. So it was all in all, it worked out fine. Cheers, thanks to Denver for joining me and Albert on the show. this afternoon. Thanks to Fox, who's jumped back on, along with the one and only AK, doing the technicals in the background. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. And this holiday week, we'll be going Monday to Thursday this week, Monday to Thursday. And then we'll be back the following Tuesday because we have no game next weekend. But thanks for listening. Take it away. All School Blue. I mean, Mr. Fox.